In the quiet hours before dawn, a small house sat at the edge of the city. Warm light flickered in one window. Inside, a family slept. And for now, everything was perfect. He opened his eyes slowly. The morning light was soft and golden. For a moment, he simply breathed. A father, a protector, a man who carried his family in every heartbeat. He sat at the edge of the bed, hands resting on his knees, looking toward the window. The world outside was waking up, and so was he. He stood at the window,
breakfast is almost
one
ready.
hand on the
Come on
frame,
out.
watching the morning arrive. The golden light washed over him. These quiet moments before the house woke up belonged only to him. In the kitchen, she was already awake. She lit the flame and began. Her hands moved with a love that needed no words. This was how she said good morning to her family. Steam rose from the tawa. Her hands worked carefully, turning the dough with practiced grace. Every meal she made was an act of love. She called out toward the hallway. Her voice
Good
carried
morning, my
warmth
loves.
and the mild
Good morning. The
frustration
chai
of
is
a mother
lovely.
who was
I
called
love
twice
breakfast.
already.
I'm glad.
Small feet came rushing out of the bedroom, dressed slightly crooked, eyes wide open, completely unprepared for the morning.
Do you have
This
to
was
go?
Mia, 7
do,
years old
but I'll
and
be
a
back soon.
hurricane in an
We'll
orange
be
dress.
waiting.
She leaned
This
over
is
the
so
sink,
fun.
splashing
Yes,
water
I
on her
can.
face.
Yes, I
Water
can.
droplets caught the light on her white fur. The smallest, most ordinary moment, and somehow the most beautiful. She stood still while her mother knelt down and fixed her dress. They looked at each other, no words needed, just a mother and her daughter in the quiet of the morning. He appeared at the kitchen doorway, one hand on the frame, watching his wife and child with quiet, steady warmth. This was his favorite view in the world. He stepped behind her and placed his hand gently on her shoulder. She closed her eyes for just one moment. In that silence, everything they meant to each other lived. 3 of them, one table, steam rising from cups, the sound of soft voices and the smell of morning food. This was the whole world, right here. She held the chai cup in both small hands and blew on it carefully, her tiny face so serious, so focused, as if this was the most important task in the world. He stood near the door putting on his shoes. She clung to his arm, not ready to let him go. Her mother watched
Papa, I
from the
was a little
hallway.
scared today.
A morning farewell.
It's okay, little one.
Small,
I'm here.
ordinary,
I feel safe now.
irreplaceable.
It hurts
She ran
so
through
much.
the gully with the other children.
Why does it
Dust
have
in the
to be
air,
this way?
laughter everywhere, the afternoon sun burning bright. She was just a child, free and fast and happy. Then she stopped. The other children kept playing. Something had been said, something that landed wrong. Her expression changed slowly, from joy to confusion to a quiet, private hurt. Her eyes began to well up. In the background, a pointing finger. A careless word from another child had found its way inside her. She stood very still, holding it in. She walked home slowly, head slightly down, small steps. Her orange dress had dust on it now. The afternoon light cast a long shadow behind her. She carried something heavy for someone so small. She came through the front door and walked straight past, didn't look up, didn't speak. Her body said everything. Something had happened, and she needed
It's
to
okay.
be alone.
I'm here.
She closed the
I feel
bedroom
better
door
now.
behind her.
Good.
The click
Just
of
watch
the
with me.
latch was soft, but it was loud in the silence of the house. A door closed, a child retreating into herself.
Rest now, little one.
Her mother
You are safe
paused.
and loved.
Her hands went
I will
still over
always
her
be for
work.
you.
She tilted her head toward the closed door. A mother always knows. Before the words, before the explanation, she just knows. He looked up from his book. Their eyes met across the room. No words were spoken between them, but everything was understood. He set the book down. He walked down the hallway slowly, each step careful and soft. For a man so strong, he moved like someone who
Oh, that's a
understood that
lovely
right now,
sound.
It
gentleness
certainly
was
is.
everything. He knocked 3 times, gently, then he waited. His ear turned slightly toward the door, patient, steady. He would wait as long as it took. He stepped into the room quietly. She was sitting on the bed. They looked at each other for a long moment, a father and his daughter. the distance
That's
between
it.
them
Stir it
just a few
slowly.
feet,
Like this?
and yet
Perfect.
he crossed it
You're a
completely.
natural.
He sat down on the floor, right beside the bed, all the way down to her level, because sometimes being a good father means making yourself smaller so your child feels bigger. She sat on the bed, looking down
This
at
is
her
wonderful.
small hands.
It is.
Her eyes were
I'm so
glassy,
happy.
but the tears
too.
hadn't
It's
fallen
yummy.
yet. She was holding them in with everything she had. He listened. She spoke. The room held them both carefully.
How about a picnic
and
this
between
Sunday?
his size
That
and
sounds
her
lovely. The
smallness,
park?
there
Yes,
was nothing
a
but
perfect
love
family
and
outing.
the slow, patient work of healing.
Really?
He absorbed her words. Something behind his eyes shifted. The hurt she carried had moved into him now. He held it there quietly, so she wouldn't have to hold it.
It alone anymore. He opened his arms, a simple gesture, but it contained everything. Come here. You are safe. Nothing that happened today can touch you here. She leaned forward off the bed and into his arms. The moment of the embrace. Her face showed something breaking open and something else rushing in to fill it. Relief, safety, home. He held her completely, her face buried in his chest, his arms wrapped all the way around her. The most
Let me tell you a
protected place
story,
in the
my little
world
one.
is in a father's
Once
arms
in a magical
when he
forest
means
there
it.
lived a brave kitten.
He sat on the floor holding her in his lap, both of them still and quiet. The room around them simple and small. The silence between them was not empty, it was full. He
There was
spoke
once a little
softly
white
near
cat
her
who was
ear.
different.
Words
She
meant
saw the world
only
in
for
her own
her.
special way.
His expression carried the calm of someone who has thought carefully about what a child needs to hear. Her tiny hands gripped the fabric of his outfit. Her eyes were closed. The weight of what had happened was leaving her, slowly, like clouds after rain. Her mother stood in the doorway. She did not interrupt. She simply watched. Her eyes carried the kind of love that doesn't need to announce itself. She looked up from his arms, directly ahead, her eyes still slightly glassy, but there was a small smile beginning, the tiniest turn from sadness
Are you all
towards
right,
something
my child?
better. They sat side by side now. The embrace had
You don't
become
need
a
to worry.
conversation,
I am here.
both of
I
them
will
looking at
always
something
hold
in the
us
room.
together.
The hard part was behind them. Now they were just together. He walked out of the bedroom with her hand in his, her small hand in his large one. The door opened behind them. They left the sadness in the room and walked away from it together. Her mother turned from the stove when she heard them
This
coming.
looks wonderful.
Her eyes found
really
the child's
does.
face first, and what she
I'm
saw
so
there
happy.
made something in her own chest settle and soften.
Hold on tight.
She climbed onto the kitchen
You two are
chair,
perfect.
small hands flat on the table. The happiness was returning to her face the way sunlight returns after a cloud passes, slowly, then all at once. Her mother placed a small plate in front of her,
This smells
a gentle
wonderful, doesn't
smile,
it?
no
It does,
fuss, no
just like
drama,
you.
Oh,
just
you.
food and presence and the quiet language of a mother who loves without making a show of it. He leaned against the doorframe, watching them. His eyes held a deep, quiet satisfaction. This
Don't be
right
afraid,
here,
little one.
this
I'm here.
was
But what if something
everything he had
happens?
ever
We'll
worked
face it
for.
together as a family.
All three of them together in the kitchen, a small laugh, the difficulty of the afternoon already becoming just a part
This
of
is
the
wonderful.
It is.
Warmth
I'm so
restored.
glad.
day. The family
I love it.
whole again.
Good.
She played alone in the garden as the sun
on
began
tight.
to set.
What a happy
Golden
family
light
moment.
on white fur, happy and absorbed, chasing something only she could see. The afternoon's pain already fading like a dream.
I'm right
He sat on the
behind
front
you.
steps watching her. His eyes followed her every